Hello, my name's Jenga, and this is JJ.
Hello.
And this is the Pneumaticists.
The Pneumaticists.
Pneumaticist. We'll cover it with a podcast name later. And this is just a podcast where we talk shit, and laugh a lot, probably, and maybe end up punching each other. So let's look forward to that. We may end up adding webcam to this, so you may be able to see the punch in future issues.
Or just a horrible hairlines. Which
Our hairlines are both dramatic and flawless. I think you'll find, like the mountains.
I combine the words into drawless because you also could not actually draw our hairlines. It would be a physical impossibility.
They would need to exist first. Right, the first segment is going to be JJ reading from the newspapers.
Well, yeah, look, the letters section of any newspaper is quite obviously the home of the moron and the educated, trying to appear educated, but is coming off as a complete idiot.
Like yourself.
Yeah, except I don't write to
you
the
feel at home.
it. Yeah.
You do post on Facebook instead, of course, like any normal person would.
Yeah, don't try and find me on Facebook, because it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. Unless you really like ranting about buses, then you and me, we got a bond that...
This is why we have a bond.
Oh,
physical, emotional, busical.
The pneumabusitists is what they call us down the park. Right, so, anyway, there's a story the other day. A granddad had been to a wildlife park with his grandkids and his wife, also known as their grandma, you know. They don't discriminate. They're fine. The kids are fine.
Discriminate against?
They're like calling grandma and granddad. They're not one of these hip new kids that are like, oh, your granddad and your Gene, because...
How about G-rents?
G-rents. G-rents is when you when you allow gangsters to rent your house. That's the G-rents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say hello to Jamal. That's what I do right now.
His granddad went to a wildlife.
Went to a wildlife.
Went to the wildlife fair. A place called Puxton Park.
Okay.
Somewhere down south, as things are wont to be. And he saw some falconry, and he was like, "Do you know what? I love this falconry. Fuck me, this falconry is good."
He was a fan of the falconry.
Do you know what I want to do? I don't want to be here with my wife. I don't want to be here with my grandkids. I want to sit here on my own and watch some falconry, because just falconry, just lots of F words just being involved.
Yeah. Fucking falconry fan.
Yeah.
He was a trip F. He was all about the trip F.
He was a trifecta of trip Fs. It's so he,
is that a 9F?
He was a dodeca effing son of a gun.
I feel like the maths are distracting us right now.
Yeah, but he ran into something of like a problem, because Puxton Park apparently doesn't allow single males into the park, because let's face it, all single males are massive paedophiles. We all know this. Whenever I'm not being accompanied by a woman, I don't know what I'll do.
That's correct. I can testify for that.
Yeah, any man when unaccompanied by woman or children of their own making somewhere down the line, like you don't know they're not a pedo.
Well, if you took another child, would that be okay? If you found a child that you could take?
If that child has somehow not emerged from your testes, obviously in this case it's grandkids, so it's not necessarily your testes. Your testes have produced the testes.
Your testes.
Yeah.
Your testes.
You double tests. You double tezzers.
TTs. Yeah, I'm familiar with the TTs.
Then you cannot be trusted around children, because why would you? Why would you, scum? Why do you want to be near children anyway? What is wrong with you? Why are you even near a child? Why are you looking at a child? We work in retail. Why are we around children? It's disgusting.
Calm down, pedo.
So anyway, he wasn't allowed in because he could be a nonce.
Naturally, he was arrested
immediately
for his trip F's blunder.
And this became like a hot topic on one day in the metro. I'm reading from the metro because I'm not paying for a paper. Who does that? pedos, I bet.
I wouldn't know. Let's go to a falconry park and find out.
Yeah. So, the letters section, like, it'll breed, the sensible, reasoned argument, and also the what kind of argument.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got the reasoned argument of, like, I won't use her full name because, data protection. But Gemma, via Facebook.
Didn't she deliberately put her full name in the paper?
I don't play as fast and loose as the Metro with people's names.
Those bastards.
Gemma, from Facebook, down south, the park is protecting children. Be honest, if you saw a man or a woman alone in the play area of a park and you have children, you would be wary. Puxton Park is a kids' play place. The same rule applies to many soft play areas. Like, that's just, it's a statement of fact with minor...
Is soft play a type of sex? Is that...
That's where you get a fleshlight involved.
Okay.
Or you just...
And then pour coke all over
Yeah, or you just shove a cushion up her.
Ah, nice. that does sound soft.
Yeah.
Luxurious. Comforting. Yeah.
Like, just make sure it's a nice... you don't want the cheap...
Notice she doesn't say at any point that the kids are with her. Just that she's there and that she's worried about seeing a single man. I feel like this is her issue more than... Maybe she's scared of geriatrics.
Maybe.
She's got geriphobia.
Geriphobia.
Which also applies to Jerry Halliwell.
And Jerry Springer.
And Jerry Springer.
And sometimes, they'll get a little bit deep. Like Jack, again from Facebook. A lot of people live there. It's a popular place. It's a popular place to live. The postcode always starts with FB. The numbers, they assign themselves.
Yeah.
So Jack, old Jackie, Jackamundo, as he's known.
Yeah. My friend Jack.
Down the pants.
From the FBs.
Yeah. One of the great underpinnings of a free society. Yeah,
I
said underpinnings wrong. One of the great underpinnings of a free society is innocent until proven guilty. This pre-crime, inverted commas, is set to ruin the delicate system of trust that constitutes a neighbourhood. This is one of the ones I picked out as a reasoned one. This isn't even a dumb one.
This is the delicate balance of the falconry neighbourhood.
Yeah.
They were underpinned by falconry trust.
But then Jack's, effort to improve humanity, we are all diminished by this totally innocent individual's exclusion. You have rejected this man. We, as society, we as people, are worse off.
I feel bad that he wasn't there. In fact, I saved him a seat in the falconry, but then I took my kids. Well, I say my kids. I don't have kids. I took some kids, but they didn't give me bother. Yeah. Was there a worse one down there?
There's, I'll get onto the moral ones in a minute. But then there's obviously just, the one-line ones, such as AW, Sussex. AW's sole contribution to this discussion was, I'd call it paranoia-based security.
Is he advocating it, or is he? This
is it. He's just open-ended AW as he gets called down the custard factory.
AW. Classic custard creams, Fox's open AW.
What's he like?
I feel like he's pro it. He seems very, very enthusiastic about the paranoia-based security.
And then Stacey, again from Facebook. Oh, Facebook.
Isn't
so many
all
people.
Security paranoia-based security? Because if you weren't paranoid, you wouldn't have security in the first place, surely.
I base all of my security purely on what if, which is why I have a Manticore radar.
And that anti-cloud belt
yes.
that you wear all the time. I feel like I'm giving AW's comment more thought than he actually put into the letter itself. So let's move on.
And then Stacey's one line, which frankly is gold, is if I'm honest, I agree with this rule. That's it. That's all Stacey had.
I'm really glad that she took the time and effort to write down on paper that she agreed with this comment.
And then the Metro published it. The Metro, using valuable ink, has decided Stacey hit the nail on the fucking head.
Go, Stacey. You no longer silent guardian of the truth. It is important that she is out there. I'm glad that Stacey took the time. Stacey, if only we knew her second name so I could send her a medal.
It's Brown. It's Brown. Fuck it. Fuck the rules. Stacey Brown. Stacey Brown from the Facebook.
Stacey Brown.
Stacey Phoebes.
The Effie Bees. Stacey Brown, Facey Bees, thank you from us all. Frankly, I will cry tonight, and it will be on you. And thank you for that.
Stacey is the last bastion of our freedom.
She is a total bastion.
Stacey
what a giant craterous bastion she is.
I wish Churchill was alive to witness Stacey. Winston, a point has been made. The nail has been hit. Right on. Winston! Look! Winston!
He is spinning joyously in his grave. So happy is he that someone has the freedom to say things.
Stacey fought them on the beaches.
As Stacey does. Stacey Brown.
Stacey fought them in the newspapers. Stacey
wrote a letter.
I'm so happy Facebook was invented. Pass me another. I can't have a cigar.
Give me a drink.
I'm not. What do you mean I can't come to the falconry exhibit? Alright, so I'll move on to the ones that were well-intentioned, but ill thought out. Well, maybe not even well-intentioned. Such as this one from M. White. If I was at a theme park with my kids and saw a man or woman on their own, I'd run a mile.
I'm curious about M. White and whether he's ever been to a theme park. Because I have, and I will tell you that I believe, I haven't kept a record, but I believe there was more than one individual who was completely on their own. This guy, I imagine he would walk outside, he would see one person walk past his house, and he would rush back inside. Not today, kids. Not today. We're not going to the theme park today.
There was a man or woman, they had long hair, and I saw them from the back. I couldn't distinguish because I don't want to.
It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, kids.
No, don't put the television on. There's single men on there. They will touch you through the screen. Don't go near your computer. There's the internet. That's where the pedos live.
Turn it off. I only like to see multiples of people, just in case there's a pedo hiding in there.
We're going to sit here and don't eat peas. That's the start of paedophile. Don't... I know it's not spelt that way, but it should be.
We're not giving peace a chance in this household.
I bet M. White votes for UKIP and masturbates to horrible sodomitic porn. That's my judgment of M. White. If you are M. White, please feel free to comment and give us a response.
Comment and subscribe below.
if you do vote for UKIP, that is your right in a free society, but don't as a rule.
Nobody really does. It's just the media pretending.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I cover my ears. It's fine.
Vote green. Because that's a colour, isn't it?
Vote any of the colours. Green, black. Don't vote black. Never mind.
That's the UKIP party line, anyway. D. Simpson from Facey Bees. Backy Backs.
So many people from the Face
From the Fuck Books.
From the F*** K books itself.
Yep. This assumes all paedophiles travel alone and don't act in pairs. It is discrimination. What he's advocating there is paedophile wingmen. As if, round the play club, have you seen my mate over there? He has the best collection of Disney.
Is this discrimination against single paedophiles? I don't understand.
Yes, again, D. Simpson has, in a spur of the moment thing, gone, this is what I think, and without the think bit, and has spewed mind matter onto a page. And the Metro, I think the people who publish these in the Metro just sort of go, knobhead.
Do you think they have a random letter generator that just spews out vile hatred and insolent abuse?
This one's got a racist term in it, Steve. Well, it brought it up. The manatee picked it. Yes, we took our cues from South Park. It seemed the most sensible option.
Is that the end of the...
Nope.
Oh, I may have to edit this down because I think there's only a certain amount of dire drivel hatred that we can
TJ from the Midlands.
Good old TJ.
From a real place, the Midlands.
You know what I bet? I bet TJ is a reasonable folk. I bet he is... What is singular of folk?
Fuck.
Oh, okay. I bet he's a reasonable fuck. I bet he's normal.
So, TJ... From the middle of the land, I was disgusted that the man was refused entry to a falconry display. That's not child protection. It's just stupidity. Has the park considered that a certain amount of people going there with kids may be paedophiles? So what TJ is saying there is, right, he couldn't possibly be a paedophile because he's going on his own. Well, the ones with kids could be. Neglecting the fact that he went there with children. So the people with kids are the paedophiles, and the ones without are fine.
Well, I think that old TJ... TGPG is pointing out there, is that being on your own isn't necessarily going to identify you as a paedophile. In fact, it's more likely that if you've taken the trouble to have kids with presumably another grown-up, that's let's face it, the easiest way to get your grubby little pedo hands on some...
or big. You might have big hands. We're not discriminating against people with big hands here.
I think we should let big and small-handed paedophiles into this conversation. I think otherwise it's discrimination. I think it's very important for old TJ, to point out something ridiculous and stupid. Thank you, TJ. Thank you for pointing out something that none of us needed pointing out, is that anyone can be a pedo, especially those with kids.
I bet TJ votes for the Respect Party. Grey Carrick.
Okay.
Whether that's a comment on his colour or that's his name.
What is a carrick?
Oh, well.
Is it a carrick or is it carrot? Did you say it right?
Carrick.
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 Okay.
Let's keep saying Carrick.
Maybe it's his community descriptor. So he's like an old carrick.
Yeah.
Who's gone to grey.
Again, he's living in the Facebooks.
Okay.
Old grey carrick.
Old grey carrick.
Old grey carrick. Not young grey
old
carrick.
Old man grey carrick.
Old
man/woman grey carrick.
Old grey Kaz.
GCs.
The old GC. The old GC, as I call him.
Is it JC? Has he come back just for this?
Sure, she's trying to keep the game. The policy of Puxton Park not to allow single men or women...
The Puxton Park policy?
The Puxton Park policy into its attraction strikes me as overzealous. Especially as paedophiles can be married with kids and have been known to use their own children as bait. A lot of child abuse is not carried out by some random stranger, but by someone known to the child, frequently a relative of some sort. So, with this story about a grandfather who has taken his kids to the park...
I feel like GC here is almost like building a plan. He seems really specifically to have knowledge about this. For example, the bait that he talks about. There's he seems to know a lot about the tactics of told pedos. The old pedos. You know what they're like. With him being called Grey Carrick, I feel like maybe he's someone with grandkids himself.
Yeah.
Someone who's maybe got them to get their friends right. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, Grey Carrick, but
now and again he's put them on, he's put a hook through their back, thrown them into the park, and just waited in his waders for the other children to come a-running.
With his little child whistle that makes it sound like a child. Wah! When you blow it. Blowing his child whistle.
Wah wah goes the child whistle, as the old nursery rhyme goes.
Old Grey Carrick.
Old Grey Carrick and his child whistle. Old Grey Carrick, that old Grey Carrick, he just keeps whistling.
I don't know what this has become. I really don't know what we're doing right now.
Anon, via text. So they've got their number, but not who they are.
Did they print their number?
No.
I'm disappointed.
I bet it was 3.
Classic 3.
Married grandfather Matthew Richards was refused entry to a family leisure park to see falconry display because he was on his own. So far, just a pure description of what has already been written in the Metro. Thank you for the recap, Anon.
Thank you, 3.
Your work on certain sites and to free the world of internet tyranny has not gone unnoticed. Thank you, Anon. I didn't know you could text.
They do spend a lot of time sending in letters and writing poetry.
Yes.
Specifically about the war.
Yeah. Wearing masks.
I don't know how they have the time.
Oh, it's weird. It's odd. All Puxton Park's management achieves by banning single adults is scaremongering and reinforcing stereotypes. The only paedophile I ever met, unknowingly, was married with children when he committed his crime. Now, this man is married and has had children.
Maybe he knew Grey Carrick. Maybe he was a big fan of Grey Carrick back in the day. Unknowingly.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst to me, I'm using my experience to blanket. Really, what we've learned from this letter section is if you are a single man or a married man and you have kids of any description, you're just a paedophile. Just turn yourselves in now.
Or if you don't, according to the policy
do you know what? If you see yourself in any way male,
or female, don't forget the females.
Yeah, tell you what, we're all just pedos.
Yes.
Let's just all go to jail now.
I think this is what the article has cleared
as
up
soon
for us,
as you hit 16, just turn yourself straight into jail because you're a paedophile. And you discussed it all.
What if you're 15 and you like other 15-year-olds?
That's fine. But the minute, like 11:59, the day before your birthday, you're alright. But you would better withdraw by midnight.
Pull that dick right out of there, sir.
That's
not for you.
Is it weird? I wanted this to be a fairly clean thing. And
I think it's stupid.
Yeah. It was daft, I hope.
I don't know how you were going to get to that point.
Yeah.
I don't think you really thought about this. You just thought,
considering one of the first things
funny pedo story.
One of the first things as well I said was shoving a cushion up her.
Yeah. that was in there. Plushly.
Yeah. It'd have to be more a kind of beanie baby for the younger people. So that was the paedophile bit. Now,
oh God!
Yes, there is no end of moronitude in the Metro. So let's go on to the and another thing bit. Just because it reminded me of you, this is Lovelorn from Manchester. So I know it's not you because you're not from Manchester. Okay. Anyway, I don't think you've even been there. You're going to spell Manchester.
These listeners probably don't know me. I hope they never will.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I don't want to know what kind of people are going to enjoy this long enough to listen to this.
Yeah.
To get to the half an hour.
The editing will be so heavy. So, Lovelorn from Manchester, right, immediately you know, this is going to be sad or awful.
Or brilliant.
Can anyone recommend a good dating website for an overweight geeky bloke in his 30s who still lives with his parents? ?
I can. It is a bullet to the head.
Dignitas, I believe is the website. You just
enter your details, and they come to the door, they collect you.
You follow it, and look.
They'll take you where you need to go.
If I was to give one piece of advice to Lovelorn from Manchester, it's that there's not someone for everyone, and everything you've been told is a myth. Disney has corrupted your ideas of everything, and some people just die alone and lonely.
How would you know?
Look. Just, inside I'm alone.
I know. That's my favourite thing about you. No matter how lonely you should be, you always are.
Yeah. I purposely ignore everyone in my mind, because if someone gets too close, I'll just combust from joy. Now
you
for
are
the
allergic to joy, is that what you're saying?
Bollocks to happiness. That's what I say. Every time I get happy, I get my bollocks out and I look at them and I go, oh, there we go, I'm unhappy again. Now the rush hour crush, everybody's favourite part of the Metro, where stalking is basically legitimised, but in a much closer way. You're not looking at them from that afar.
It's anonymous stalking. It's okay because you don't know them as well as you want to.
Now, this one, just because it kind of freaked me out, this is from elderly woman in the John Lennon glasses, who...
I feel like her description of herself says a lot about her.
Yeah.
Before we've even got to the part where she describes the person she wants to know.
Yeah, you wait till you hear this description. To the guy always in blue. I assume not a Smurf or a member of the Blue Man Group.
Okay.
Why do you assume this? I don't know. It's just,
it could be Papa Blue Man Smurf.
It could. Papa Blue Man Smurf is my favourite member of those two groups. That he is the Venn diagram that we all love.
He is.
I watch
Warm
you.
little centre of
I watch you. Watch you. I watch you. That's got to fill your heart with dread. I watch you at Stretford tram
I
stop.
saw you.
Yeah, I watch you at Tretford
At a place.
Yeah. I watch you. I just can't get over I watch you at Stretford tram stop every day. Weekends, you're there. I see you with my eyes. I take you in. Your shiny head sparkles my eyes. It's also just
that's poetry.
Poor. It's poor grammar.
It's just beautiful.
Your shiny head sparkles my eyes.
My eyes are sparkled by your...
Yeah, write it
glistening
better.
dome.
You've got, it's got to go through her glasses anyway, so it's just, reflective sparkle from the glasses. I would love to oil it for you.
Oh, that got dirty.
Yeah.
Filthy old woman.
Yes. Elderly woman in the John Lennon glasses. I hope, frankly, that Guy in Blue doesn't read the Metro, because I would never visit Stretford again.
I wonder how old Guy in Blue is.
That's just it. Doesn't specify. Usually, they give middle-aged woman, looking like a tramp. I found you fit. Let me see your bosoms.
Bin diving. Self-mumbler. 20s.
6. GSOH. For fun, frolics, and finding pissy bits of sandwich.
Good sense of humour, bad sense of smell. Those are the
no fatties.
Those are the Venn diagrams you need to focus on there.
Another thing that always gets me about Rush Hour Crush is, you get a section of everyone, you get straight people and gay people. But gay people's, I don't know why, maybe it's just my own kind of...
I think it's probably your own kind of verb.
Yeah, it's my own kind of verb. But it's they'll look for people, or they'll find people, and make almost an assumption that these people are also gay. And I just feel it's very presumptive.
Okay.
So, guy in jeans and black coat, opposite you. Which, again, some of the names they put are really quite fucking threatening.
That's very vague as well.
Yes.
That could literally be anyone I've sat next to, or sat opposite rather, in the past sort of month. That could be anyone.
Yeah. To the guy with huge biceps in the white t-shirt and paint-splattered tracksuit bottoms on the tube from Paddington to Latimer Road, chavvy bloke with big muscles, basically.
Obviously gay.
Yeah. You made my Monday morning gym trip sometime.
Oh. That's creepy. Maybe because you read it.
Maybe.
That's definitely creepy.
There's a lot of inflection in my mind, but... and maybe it's just me, but, you're all just wrong. Just stop it. Just go up and ask him. Excuse me, guy who probably isn't, but are you gay?
I've always thought this about the sort of the weird misconnections stuff on transit papers.
Yeah.
It's a very small net to cast in a very large pool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that anyone has ever managed to make this connection. Or if they have, it's two people that really shouldn't be mating. Really, really shouldn't. Are there numbers as well? Is that the way this works?
No. Rush Hour Crush, the idea is that you give them some indication of who you are, and then, because the idea is that they will, they're like people who you regularly see. And
but that other guy, I just saw him once.
Well, look, this person clearly Just misses the entire point of Rush Hour Crush. And you've also got to hope they read the Metro. Like, sometimes they go, I saw you reading the Metro. So you have some area of hope, like, you read the Metro, I see you reading it regularly, you're probably going to see this. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Oh shit, they looked at me, I'm afraid. That was mine anyway. I'm
surprised you put that all in the
yes.
in the magazine.
Yeah. To call the Metro magazine is bigging it up beyond words.
True. I feel like these people are so broken and lonely that this being their last chance of absolute happiness is tragic beyond words. Which just makes me glad that I never put anything in there when I was tragically alone.
Give it time. Right, the final one is more a kind of read between the lines one. So this is Shy Lad from Liverpool. Poor old Shy Lad. Oh. He's from Liverpool. He's a shy lad from Liverpool. To the buxom blonde. Ugh. You're in Liverpool. Narrow it down. That's like saying, to the one with the Scouse accent.
To the one with too much makeup.
To that one with, you know, the eyebrows. Your eyebrows. The big, thick. You probably drew them on. To the buxom blonde with big eyelashes. Who travels every day from the Wirral to Old Roan in your grey work uniform.
Sexy, first of all.
You have a beautiful smile. Now, what I think Shy Lad from Liverpool is saying is, you have large breasts. Can I kiss them?
Did you notice how he didn't start with you have a beautiful smile?
Yeah.
He started with, hey up, big tits.
Yeah. Hey up, blondie, big boobs. I've got, you got such a lovely smile because you tits.
Sit, smile. Grey uniform.
Yeah, what he's doing is like he's luring them in like, oh, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy because I mentioned your smile. Ignore that bit where I said about your boobs. But I left it on your smile.
Where does she work that she has a grey uniform?
I don't know. He sounds like a single man. He's probably a paedophile. Maybe he's Grey Carrick. And maybe buxom
you don't get
blonde.
Many buxom kids, to be fair. I feel like those are kind of if you wanted to spot a pedo, then the best way to do it would be to show a picture of some just big tits and see whether they responded in the positive or the negative.
Yeah. I now have a good idea for a Where's Wally ripoff called Spot the Pedo. And the moral of the story will be, you couldn't find him, could you?
They all look the same, like everyone else.
I have another one, but I feel we've gone on long enough, so I'm going to do it next time. And I'm going to, if we
save this gold.
Yes, gold. Like, more of that kind of alchemy, where it's like, oh, I say gold, I made green. Purest green. Right, so the paper's going away now because that's better for everyone, really, isn't it?
It is.
Right, so what we're going to do now is a little bit of a different thing. So please, old Jenga Pops, tell them what we're doing now.
Don't read too much into the second half of this word, but we now go to Wikipedia.
Emphasis on the deer, if you know what I mean.
We're going to see how this works. We don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll just be a massive car crash. That's up to Wikipedia. But we need to find a title for this. I'll give you that while I'm describing. You come up with a title in the next 10 seconds. Okay?
Randypedia.
Okay, we've got it.
That won't go wrong.
Old Randypedia. God. So basically, we're going to select 3 random articles from Wikipedia using the Randical,
dude. That is searching Wikipedia in the 90s. That's what that is.
Using the random article button. Again, we're going to see how this goes. We don't know. It could be terrible.
The original intention was that we'd actually do a random article and read up on it and get a little bit of homework and come back and say, oh, this is some funny stuff that I learned or thought of. But
Instead, we're just going to vamp.
We're winging it.
We're just going to see how it goes. Okay, so we've got 3. I'm going to read you the titles and we're going to go to the first one. So, these are two people?
Yeah,
two people and an event.
Oh.
Okay, so we have Loredana Marcello.
I'm going to say Loredana Marcello, because I think that's how it's said, because I'm cultured.
Alright. Nathaniel Besco.
I'm going to say Nathaniel Besco, because I'm cultured.
It's not a V, it's a W.
Like Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. I go for a Volk, and then I saw a Volkswagen. Volkswagen?
Sounds very interesting.
Newfoundland General Election 1996.
I would say Newfoundland General Election 1996, because he said it right.
I'm glad. Okay, so let's start off with Loredana Marcello.
Loredana Marcello. Molto bene.
Okay, so we're hitting it up with a very recent article about someone from 1572. There's going to be a lot of pop culture references here. I feel like the article is going to be filled with stuff that we all know a lot about. It's going to be very relevant, and like they used to do with the stand-up comics. They like to talk about new stuff, don't they?
Those comics that stand up.
Those ones. Those
when
ones
you get the Beano and you put it on a stand.
You know those walk-up comics that walk up to you and then say things at you. That's the kind of thing we're going for with the new topics, like the
stage oppressors, like is what I call them.
Yes,
Stipressors. So,
just to quickly mention, this bibliography is of an Italian noble, and it is a stub. So if there's anyone out there who is a big fan of stubs, that classic comedy, Stubbs, about the Italian nobles.
Yeah. Zach Braff with no arms. Stubbs.
Playing, as he does, Melchiorre... Oh, I can't say that one.
Melchiorre Giuliandino.
Yeah.
I won't say that again.
No.
I get the feeling if an Italian listens to this, they'll hate us.
So, this is about someone who... It's basically the most boring one we could have ever picked. It's of someone who...
Well, we've not got onto Nathaniel yet.
we don't know where Nathaniel's going. And this is a woman who... she was a doggeressa of Venice? I don't know what that means.
I think it means she arrested dogs.
Doggeressa.
Doggeressa. They've just written it wrong.
She was a doggeressa by marriage to the Doge, which I assume is the meme. Alvise I?
Alvise e Mocenigo.
That's racist.
It was a different time.
From 1570 to 1577. Apparently she did stuff.
She was an author of letters. Now, when I write an email, that doesn't make me an author, does it?
No, it makes you someone who writes stuff into the Metro. Basically, that's what she was.
Stacey Brown is an author.
This was the Stacey Brown of her time,
yeah.
I feel like. She wrote letters and poetry and studied botany. She was basically. I feel like she was a bit up herself.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
I bet that Doge was up her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
with a cushion.
So up, much plush.
The plush bush, as he called it.
that was what she studied in botany, the plush bush. She was regarded as a model of educated and cultivated Renaissance woman.
Woman.
This in contemporary Venice.
When I first went to university, I was told never to use Wikipedia as like a source. This is why, because some of it is a little bit like, oh, I just found this thing out in an encyclopedia. And nobody else knows what an encyclopedia is, so I'm just going to copy it. So what they've done is written badly on something that someone else is going to take as written. So if you're using Wikipedia, don't.
That's complete bullshit. But yeah, I don't know if you if you've ever worked at an encyclopedia. But those guys don't give a shit.
Ironically, the people at encyclopedias now just get all of their entries from Wikipedia, and it's just a cycle of wrongness.
Sad but true. Yeah. Okay, I think we've got as much out of Loredana Marcello.
Yeah. She died in 1575. If you want to mourn her death, then there's no exact date, so just pick a day and just be like, oh, that's sad. Her work is lost as well. So how the fuck did anyone know about this? Who said her work is lost? Bollocks. Okay,
so this is a step up. We've moved on to
that film step up.
This is a step up too. Back to the streets. This is Nathaniel's
Beskov.
Yes,
Besko.
Nathaniel's wiki page.
I bet he made it himself.
Already we started with a lie. Straight away, we've got a lie. There is a photo, though, which is good. Because this is obviously an audio medium. You guys don't care. You can't see anything.
He looks a bit like Freud.
He does look a bit Freudy.
But
he looks a bit Freudian. Yeah. He's just got a massive penis-shaped head.
Yeah. Oh.
That was the best joke of the night, by the way.
I bet old woman with John Lennon glasses wants to oil his head. Like nobody's business. If he's wearing blue in this black and white photo, I reckon she's on.
I think so. She's she's definitely due to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so straight away start with the lie. Nathaniel Besko was actually born Frederick Nathaniel Besko, but that's not his Wikipedia page.
Nope. You have done it wrong, creator.
Straight away.
Just like God, you've done it wrong. You've started off on a bad one. And you've just got worse.
So, I'm going to call him Frederick, because I can pronounce that. He was a Swedish theologian and school headmaster. I didn't know headmasters just got wiki pages.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I wasn't aware.
If we created ones for ours, mine would just have one word, and it would just probably be twat.
I feel like you could use that as a link back to vagina.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Yeah, Lincoln vaginas. That's the third human centipede. Lincoln vaginas.
I feel like that's that was one of the forefathers of America.
Yeah.
But the one that they don't really talk about. Yeah. Lincoln vaginas.
That was the opposite to the Lincoln log. Oh, do you want a piece of Lincoln? No. What about a bit of Lincoln vagina made with fresh salmon?
Oh, gross.
Like the Lincoln log, it carried on because it was like, oh yeah, we love phallic symbols around here, but because of the oppression of women, the Lincoln vagina never caught on.
Poor Lincoln vagina.
Oh, Linky bees.
May he rest in peace.
Oh, peas.
Not peas.
Not peas.
We don't talk about peas. Not in this house.
Not the peas.
So yeah, some Swedish guy. He also, so he was a lot of things. Preacher, writer, artist, pacifist, social activist.
Now, the thing is, it says he was an active pacifist. Now then.
Come on now. Come on.
Don't be silly.
Maybe he was just a neutralist then.
Yeah. I really want to do this pacifism. There we go.
Is active pacifism going somewhere else and then lying down for a while?
Like active pacifist just means laid around at home a lot.
So he was a bum. Yeah. But he also made substantial contributions as a hymn writer. So fuck him. Get it? That was the worst joke of the day.
Yeah.
So what I like about this one is it talks a little bit about where he studied, etc. And then he married the children's book author Elsa Bleskow in 1893. And then there's just a little bracket after it, 1897 with a question mark.
Like that.
Those are not like the same. They're not even close. They're 4 years different.
If you were
Why is there confusion?
If you're unsure of a date that something happened, and I learned this when I studied history, just don't write the date. Just get away with it. Just don't write it.
They just put one in and they thought, what if that's not right? And then they just said, well, we'll guess another one.
It might have been this as well, possibly.
If they'd said in 1893, no one would ever have questioned that. Instead, they questioned themselves, crucially undermining their own work. Bad idea. Okay.
They had 6 sons together. I bet he never took them to falconry exhibits.
Well, he wasn't allowed to.
No.
Back in those days, they didn't let anyone in, let alone single or people.
They should have done that with the old Savile, shouldn't they? Just like, are you...
Where are you going?
Nope, I'll leave it. Nope.
That was a bad road to travel. Yeah. Let's not do that.
Nope.
Did you hear about the new Savile news?
The new Savile news.
New Savile news.
The new Savile news.
Classic Savile news.
I bet that's somewhere in Australia, New Savile. They're dirty. The Aussies.
Yeah, apparently it wasn't just kids. Everyone up to 75 years old, he was just doing it with everyone.
God, where did you find A, the time, and B, the energy?
Yeah.
He ran marathons. What? Like...
That's because they put a load of geriatrics on the other end of him. The crucial thing is they only ever run them when there was the hospital at the other end.
I bet.
I
bet they changed the name to Snickers because they knew what he was up to. And they're like, we are not having marathons associated with this man. We are now Snickers. But why? That makes no sense. Not that Marathon did. It's peanuts, caramel, nougat, and chocolate. Shut up.
They got shoved up, kids, though. That's what happened.
Because you can't put Snickers in the knickers. That's what they said at Mars.
And they realised the potent ride that they had there. And knew they had to let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Don't sing it.
Okay, so finally and excitingly, we are on to the 1996 Newfoundland general election page. I'm glad that we're here. First off, a little bit confused. Ooh. So there's some pictures. Obviously, this is in the past, in what they call before.
The before time. Yep, long, long ago.
Of course. And so they have pictures of the people that won, the first party, the second party, and the third party. What's weird about it, they don't have pictures of the middle person. They have a picture of Brian Tobin.
Liberal.
And they have a picture of Jack Harris.
New Democratic.
Yep. They don't have a picture of Lynn Verge.
Progressive Conservative.
Unless her picture, unless her face is carved into the shape of a capital P and a capital C.
The thing is, did you know, and this is a curious fact I know about Lynn Verge, before her, there wasn't, the word verge didn't exist.
Did she invent verges?
She just looked at what we now call a verge and was like, we'll have that. Copyright.
That small part of grass. I am going to progressively conserve that.
That bit of grass that's between the road and my house. Pavement betwixt. That's mine. That is the verge. She
was literally all about progressive conservation. So much so that she progressively conserved verges and also turned her own visage into the shape of a capital P.
What she wanted to do was keep things the same progressively. Like, she wanted things to stay the same and progress.
She did, however, lose 7 seats.
Yeah.
The silly cow. How the hell do you manage that while also inventing the grass verge?
Oh, imagine that at Christmas time. You've lost 7 seats. You are buggered. Nana's going to have to sit on the floor in her pissy knickers.
The percentage change, because there's a lot of stats on this page, so obviously I'm going to need to delve right in.
Oh.
The percentage change that she lost was 44% of the previously owned seats.
Oof.
What a div.
Why, Lynn? Were you too busy copywriting verges?
She wasn't re-elected in her riding of Humber East. So that I think says everything that you need to know right there.
Now, like, you see, what I find interesting about was it Brian? His thing was called the Bay of Islands. Now, does that mean instead of water there was islands? In which case it's a landmass, and it's wrong. You're a lying Canadian sod. I think the main thing to learn from this is that a lot of things to do with Canadian politics are very oxymoronic.
I think that's important. I think it is important. In fact, if you scroll down a little bit, you can look at the districts that these various elected members by riding were elected. There's one just called Exploits. There's literally a place called Exploits. A lot of these places, and
I'm immediately captured by Fairyland.
I'll take you there someday.
That's interesting.
It's also Conception Bay.
There's also Conception Bay South, Conception Bay East, and Bell Island.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to Bell Island on Conception Bay, all I'm saying is, something's going to happen in it.
Namings of things in wherever this is. You said
Newfoundland,
Canada. It's very strange.
People in Newfoundland, I think quite a few things are just made up by drunken people. Just going, wow, we need a name for this bit. And
there are ones that are obviously stolen, like Kilbride, which is in Scotland, and there's a lot of like Saints,
Humber.
And Humber, taken from us. All the Humbers, East Valley and West.
Yep, Bellevue, that'll be ours.
Yep, and Port and Port Grave. Taken, stolen, just nicked.
Yeah. Thieves.
But then there's weird ones, like Twillingate, which sounds pretty English, and Fogo, which definitely doesn't.
It's almost Fargo.
It is almost Fargo.
It isn't.
But
it's Fogo.
That's not in Canada, so it's not going to be that.
Fogo.
And just like Labrador West. just a dog. Let's just stay after a dog.
Well, the thing is, they don't have any other it's just Labrador West.
Yeah.
It's not Labrador, North, South, or East.
No.
Just Labrador West.
Yeah. Mount Pearl. I don't know what Pearl's got to say about that, but
what I like, being from Yorkshire, is that there's a district just called Gander, where everybody is just looking out the window, just going. Huh?
They're big on neighbourhood watches in Gander. Yeah. They really are. Okay, I think that's it for what do we call it? Wiki, random
Randicals. Randipedias.
Randipedia.
Randicals. I think things have been learned, and I hope you've learned as many things that we have, which is Italian people in the Renaissance. Pretty dull.
Yeah, very boring.
Swedish people often don't get their first names attributed to anything,
or their actual dates of marriage.
Yeah, like get married.
Nobody knows anything about Sweden.
If you are Swedish, have 3 names. Probably your first name will not be remembered, and if you get married,
just keep some spare names around.
Yeah,
just in case you're going to get forgotten about in some manner.
Just like you always need to be able to search yourself.
Just get married multiple times across the years.
Collect the names,
just in case.
Build them up.
And of course, Canada, just full of name stealing.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we can only account for Newfoundland.
Okay, that's true.
So, like the rest of Canada, it's probably just as weird. Let's face it. But we'll just like Newfoundland. Well done, Newfoundland in 1996. You may from then you may have lost some of those names. You may have gained more. You may have finally established more Labradors. East Labradors,
North Labradors, and South Labradors. But importantly, keep inventing grass areas that we can enjoy.
We need more of them.
We do need more grass areas. Please progressively conserve those. Forward for all time.
Like when there's like a little tuft of grass growing out of, where you put the gate, like you got a double gate and the lock's in the middle in the ground, and there's a little tuft of grass. Invent that, Canada. Invent that, Newfoundland. Invent it. We need this.
Progressive conservatives invent.
Yes. Keep it the same, but like progressively.
But going forward.
Yeah, going forward, keep it the same, but but not. And forward and back, you know what I mean? Like, park, turn in road, like,
You just saying random words.
Yeah. I'm going.
I have to stop you sometimes, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. On that note, I think we're going to end the podcast for today.
Wise.
We'll come up with a name later.
Yeah.
I'll add that in. I'm not going to add that in. I don't know how to do things like that with editing tools.
I still like, what was it we started off with? Oh, this is a very sensitive mouse.
It is.
Pneumaticists. I think pneumaticists is quite a nice name. It sounds smart, and then you look into it and you go,
"That's
no.
nonsense."
You should be writing letters to the Metro.
I still think Journalising Dignity P from our random word generator that we came with earlier was the best.
Yeah,
if
we put this on the YouTubes or Ubes as I shorten it to, maybe write some comments that aren't hurtful on what we should call ourselves. I'm kidding, write hurtful comments. I love them.
He gets positive self-esteem from negative self-esteem.
Yeah.
He is a giant self-esteem infinitesimal.
Your negativity affirms everything I know about myself, and it gives me an odd sense of self-esteem. It's weird. It's weird. So yeah, that's us. We hope to do another. Maybe you'll see us next time. It's been fun. We may or may not love you.
Bye.
Bye. Fogo. Randy them and rush them.
I don't know what this has become.